I know we all got that smoke for Latasha right now, but it was kind of here, like everything, hey, all right. It was kind of a vibe, like I ain't even gonna front. I ain't one to shy away from a good contemporary gospel track. Erica from Mary Mary, I love God. You don't love God? What's wrong with you? Baby, listen, give me a good contemporary trap gospel album. I'm talking. Woo! Child! Is y'all ready? Are you ready, baby? This episode right here, it got into a lot of things. It really did get into a lot of things. So let's just go ahead and dive right into it. Hello. I'm Ariella Lisha and welcome. If you're new to the channel, stick around. If you catch a vibe, subscribe. If you're not new to the channel, hey girl, let's get into this episode. All right, y'all. So the episode opened up where we saw a little bit of Tiny showing her kids the little 1 2 1 2. Then it went to Candy. Now, how about Candy talking about so Ace? How many subscribers you got? He talking about 17,552, something like that. And I'm looking like, how many subscribers? Ace, I'm trying to get like you. I'm trying to get like you. Got 17,000. I got 530. On that note, go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I'm like, okay, Ace, I ain't mad at you. All right, so I'm probably gonna get stuff like a little bit out of order, y'all, but y'all can follow along. So from my recollection, we see Taj. We're in Nashville, Tennessee. That's where Taj is. I think she looks so cute in this little jean dress she had on. I used to have a little jean dress like that. But we meet up with Taj and Latasha. Y'all know she is in Tennessee because she had this meeting with Motown Gospel. And so they meet up at this museum. And I forgot the name of it. I don't know if it's a museum for African Americans and music. I don't really remember, but it had music artists like LL Cool J, Destiny's Child, and then she showed Taj the Escape portion. I don't remember where the SWV portion, because if Escape is on the wall, I know SWV is on the wall too. But you know, that was cute. Escape has been in the music industry for years, so that was nice to see them up there and getting acknowledged. So they have a sit down, and Taj, she just ready to get to the bottom of things. She said, you know, in the last meeting it didn't go too well, so what's going on with you and your sister? What's the tea? And so Latasha tells her, but she didn't really tell her all the details. She basically said, well, you know, she said, you know, I had a little butt or whatever, you know, from the text message. And so Taj is like, I know y'all ain't fighting over this little. And she's like, no, it's more than that. She disrespected my mom too. And then Taj was like, what else? And Tasha was like, that's it. Ma'am, first of all, I don't even think Tamika was disrespecting your mama. But why was there even disrespect between Tamika and your mama? Why was it? Where did that come from? Was it something that you did? See, she trying to leave little important details out of it, okay? She wasn't just disrespectful to your mama for no reason. It was a reason. But she wouldn't leave your side or your dealings with it out, right? Because she was disrespectful because she brought it out there that you stole her money. But anyway, she just, you know, left that out. Anyway, so after we leave from them, who was after them? I don't remember who was after them. Did we meet up with Lily? I can't remember, but we did meet up with Lily and her son. They went to a bar and Lily was talking about her struggles after the group broke up. And I always knew that Lily, it was more hard for her than the other members after the group broke up, because Taj is married to Eddie, and I'm not sure if he was still playing football when the group broke up, but even if he wasn't, he still has his dealings in that entertainment field. So Taj was okay. Coco, I don't know what was going on with Coco, but I, never heard any stories of her being, out on the street or whatever. But Lily, she was sleeping in her car and, didn't have a job, and, it was just really hard on her. And I'm surprised that, she wasn't able to, I guess they broke up on bad terms. I'm not really familiar with the story of why they broke up. I do think it was because Coco wanted to go solo. I'm not sure. But I'm surprised that she wasn't able to kind of like lean on, Taj for support as far as like moving in. But I mean, Taj had her own family. So I guess, I don't know. But I just feel like, dang, like she didn't have no type of support where the girl was homeless. And I always wonder how that is, because she said she got a job and got back on her feet. And I just wonder how that is, like going from a world-renowned celebrity and then having to go work a 9 to 5. You know what I'm saying? Like, people, like, how weird would that be to, like, you see this person on TV and music videos and touring the country, and then one day you come into work and then your coworker, you like, really? I mean, I understand, you know what I'm saying? You gotta make a living, but I don't know, I just felt like, but that's kind of like the guy from the Cosby Show. I guess his career kind of went down, and then somebody saw him at Whole Foods, right? And they took that picture, and then Tyler Perry put him in a movie, and you know what I'm saying? But it happens, but it's just, a little, it's just something you don't expect from a group of their magnitude. But it was what it was. So she was just telling her son about, her hardships. He's, trying to get into the entertainment industry as well. He's a rapper, and she's telling him he gonna have to work his way in. She's like, I'm not just gonna push him all the way in. I'm gonna hook him up with some of my resources, but he gonna have to put in that work like I did. And I completely understand that. A lot of these celebrity kids, a lot of things are handed to them by their parents who are, in the industry, A-listers, and they can get them in that door. Some do have it easy, but then you have some celebrities like Lily who want you to, work for it. And you should, you know what I'm saying? You should work for it, because then you'll appreciate it more. So she had that, parent talk with her son. And then, baby, she's talking about a sex book, bitch. She want to get into the erotica era and put out a sex book. And I'm like, hey, the sex industry is where it is, okay? I mean, you see what happened with OnlyFans. You see what Candy doing with her Candy Coded 9. Is that still a thing? Does she still do that? I'm pretty sure she still got her little sex line and toys and all that, right? And the little dungeon. Listen, go for it, Lily. Go for it, honey. I'm here for it. So after that, let's see. We had a scene with Coco and her son. Now listen. I kind of like don't know how to feel about that, because I'm a parent too, and her son wanted to be a dentist. He was in school for it. Coco's, paying for him to go to school, and now he wants to be an artist. He wants to be a singer, and Coco is just not having it. She didn't get to go to college, so she wants him to go to college, get his degree. She knows how tough the industry is. Yes, it has its perks, but it's a hard life. It's hard in the industry, and she knows it. And so she wants him to have an education, something that he could fall back on, something that he could rely on. And he's saying, this is something that I did want to do, but now my heart is just not in it anymore. And he feels like he shouldn't have to do something that he don't want to do, something he's not passionate about. And then the tears start falling. And for me, it's like, I don't want to say I'm a sucker, but when you see your child crying and stuff, you kind of get, So then Coco called her mama, and Grandma was like, that ain't what you want to do. You wanted to be a dentist. And he's like, telling her he's just not into it no more. And he comes up with an idea that let him try music for a year and let's see what happens. And if nothing comes of it, he'll go back to school. Grandma says, that's a good idea. And then here come Coco. Well, you wasn't like that with me. What about me when I wanted to drop out of school and you wasn't, But that's how it is now. Because it's like, you see your parents, they are way, way soft on their grandkids than they were with you. They treat their grandkids a whole hell of a lot better than they treat you, right? They spoil them kids. But I think he has a nice voice. I think he has a very nice voice. He got that from his grandmother and his mother. And I think he should pursue it. And I think that's a good balance to take a year off. People take a year off from school and they go travel the world, So him taking a year off to find himself, to see if music is really what he wants to do, I say go for it. He's only 19. So, this is the time to explore and find out what you really want to do, learn about yourself. So I kind of feel like Coco should kind of be, I know she's probably like, yeah, I spend all this money you in school and you ain't gonna, so I kind of get it like that on a parent tip. But I do feel like he is young. He needs to kind of figure out, what he wants to do with his life. So I feel like he should take this time off and kind of see, where it goes. So that's that. All right. Now we get to the studio with Latasha. Now, I ain't even gonna front. I ain't even gonna cap. I was kind of like, everything gonna be all right. It was kind of a vibe. I ain't even gonna front. I know we all got that smoke for Latasha right now, but it was kind of here, everything, hey, all right. I ain't gonna hold you, I ain't one to shy away from a good contemporary gospel track. You feel me? Because, baby, Erica from Mary, I love God. You don't love God? What's wrong with you? Baby, listen, give me a good contemporary trap gospel album. Listen, I'm here for it. Now, I don't know if I'm going to go, buy the whole album, but I might stream that little single right there. I ain't even going to hold you. So, I kind of did like that one. But, we in the studio with Latasha and then Rocky come in there. And it's just we just don't like him, do we? We just don't like him. We ain't feeling him. I feel like he's got this fakeness about, when I get in the studio, it's going down. When I get in the booth, I'm like, boy, go sit down. So, she's telling him that Candy hit her up saying that SWV wants Escape to go to their rehearsal so they can talk about this meeting. And, Rocky's like, well, if you go, just let them know what it is. Let them know what it is. Let them know you the boss. Sir. So speaking of that, Candy and Taj did meet up. Taj went over to Candy's house. And Taj was letting Candy know, look, a little birdie flew over to me and told me they got a gospel album. Taj done told Candy that she met up with Latasha and she's shopping around a gospel album, trying to get a solo deal. And so Candy's like, oh, this is what's that word? Deja vu. It's happening again. History is repeating itself. This is what she did the last time. She treated us like shit because she was trying to do her own thing. So Candy's not really surprised, but Taj was like, look, if she want to go solo, that's fine. She want to go solo. One monkey ain't gonna stop this show. We still on go. That's what Taj said. She said, we still on go. 3 Escape members, 3 SWV members. Let's get it. Listen, Taj is about that business. You feel me? Taj want to get it done. Candy about that business too. All her 1,100 businesses she got. So, I'm just saying. 3 the hard way. Let's get it. All right, so after that, I think the last scene. Oh, no. Before we talk about the last scene, let's talk about this meetup between Mama Scott and Tamika. So, you know, after you have a fight with somebody, and that first time you see them after the fight, it be so awkward. It be so awkward when you meet up with that person for the first time after the fight. You ain't seen them since that fight. So when you look at them, you be trying to hold back your smile. Because I see Tamika, she was trying to hold back her smile so much, and she was just looking at her mama like that. Now, I don't remember if her mama was smiling or what her mama was doing or whatever. But it's like, all right, y'all are mom and daughter. Let's still act like that. But, you know, you got to get through that awkward moment. And so Tamika told her mom she cooked all of her favorite foods. And so she just wanted to have a talk, have a conversation. Tamika apologized to her mom for disrespecting her. Now, I've said this. I don't think Tamika disrespected her mama. Like she said, she finally stood up for herself and spoke up for the first time. And yes, she was in her feelings. She was emotional. So it kind of came out, you know, maybe a little harsh, a little brash. You know what I'm talking about. But I don't feel like she was disrespecting her mama. And if you want to call it disrespect, it wasn't intentional disrespect. You know, it was towards Latasha. She was saying she stole her money. And, you know, when mama was denying it, Tamika was like, mama, you know they stole my money. You know, how octaves may have gotten elevated. You know, the voice may have risen. But it wasn't no intentional disrespect. But I know for me, if I happen to raise my voice at my mama, I would say, mama, I'm sorry, I ain't mean it. You know, I ain't mean it. You know. But I don't think she needed to apologize because she, like, said, fuck you, mama. Like, you know, she cursed at her mama or nothing like that. But anyway, she was telling her mom that she's felt like she favored Latasha their whole childhood and even into adulthood. And the mom was saying how she didn't favor, I'm trying to kind of remember what she said as far as like, she didn't favor Latasha or treat her. I think she said, I treat her that way because she doesn't disrespect me. Yes, she said, I treat her that way because she doesn't disrespect me or something like that. And that's when Tamika was like, mama, I don't disrespect you or something like that. And even in the conversation, Latasha was still saying, ma'am. Not Latasha, Tamika was saying, ma'am. You know, she was addressing her like, ma'am, so you could tell she was raised polite and has manners. But yeah, her mama said, I treat her that way because she don't disrespect me. And I'm like, what? And then, it had got brought up. The mom had said, you disrespected me because you called me the fifth member. I said, I'm not the fifth member or something. And Tamika was like, you're not, mama. You're not the fifth member. And I guess trying to say like, mom, you were always trying to like butt in or something, you know, get in escape business. And the mom was saying, I am the fifth member. I'm the silent member. When your daddy left, I was the one raising 2 kids by myself. And soon as she said that, we seen Tamika in the confessionals saying, I feel like my mom has treated me this way because when she looks at me, I remind her of my dad. And baby, when she said that, I said, Funky Dineva called it. He called it. Last week in his review, he had said it's either one or two things when it comes to Mama Scott. I forgot the first thing he said, but he said something and then he said, or Tamika reminds her of her no good daddy or something like that. You know how Funky don't even be talking. I'm sure he said no good daddy or no good nickel, something like that. Y'all know how Funky is. But he called it. And when he said that, I didn't even think about that. And I was like, you know what? You might be right. And he was. Funky done even called it. Tamika reminds her mama of her daddy who walked out. And that's a shame because a lot of kids go through that. And a lot of parents, a lot of women treat their children like that. They could see how much their child resembles the father, and they just take all their anger out on that child because every time they look at that child, they're just reminded of the daddy. And then they just get mad, and it's crazy. It's crazy. I mean, I don't give a goddamn how much you look like your daddy. That's still my child. You're still my child, and I ain't gonna treat you no different just because you're supposed to look like your daddy. I'm like, come on now. So I just felt really bad for Tamika because she just burst out into tears. It wasn't like, one tear, two. She was crocodile crying. When she had her head down, her mom was like, look at me, Tamika, look at me. And when she finally looked up, eyes was red, water was just falling, and I felt so bad for her. And then we get this moment with her mom, and her mom apologizes and said, I love you, Tamika, you're my baby girl. If I made you feel that way, I'm sorry. And I was like, I felt one of two ways. I kind of felt like it wasn't really sincere or genuine. I kind of wasn't really rocking with Mama Scott because she came in there defensive. The whole time Tamika was talking to her and trying to explain herself, Tamika was very calm. Her demeanor was very soft-spoken. Mama came in there on 10. You disrespect me. I am the fifth member. I'm like, Mama, lower your tone. And you in my house. You ain't want me yelling in your house. Lower your tone. So I feel like she came in there on 10. So this apology, I don't know if it was sincere, if it was genuine, But then on the other hand, I was like, well, maybe she had an epiphany, because during her outburst, when she had said, I took care of you when your daddy left, and then seeing Tamika cry, maybe that made her have an epiphany like, oh my gosh, I've been this whole time, all these years, I've been holding on to this anger, when your dad left and you just remind me so much of your dad and I took everything out on you. I was thinking maybe after her, maybe hearing herself when she brought up how the dad left and then seeing Tamika crying, maybe, it clicked inside. I'm not sure. What y'all think? Because I'm like, I'm really buying it. I don't think it was genuine. And then I'm like, well, maybe she kind of realized, you have to kind of hear yourself and then it kind of clicks. So I don't know, y'all. That was just a sad scene. And then, they played the song Tonight. It's always the background music that that just be making the scene, But we're going to see how her behavior is in the remaining episodes. There's 3 more episodes, so we'll see how her behavior is in the remaining episodes. The jury is still out on you, Mama Scott. It's still out on. I gotta see how you act next week. We gonna see. We gonna see. But the last scene, baby, the final scene, we get with SWV. We're at their rehearsal. Well, Taj, she running late. The plane done got there late. She trying to do her makeup, get there on time or whatever. Lily, Coco, they're there. We see them performing. Every time they show them rehearsing, they always show the same song. Show a different song. It's always I'm so into you. I'm like, I want to hear another song. You know what song I want to hear? Anything you wanna do, I am gonna trust you. that in rehearsal. But Escape gets there and they're all sitting down. And Taj is like the spokeswoman for SWV, and Candy is a spokeswoman for Escape. It's like, it's always them two, you know, which is cool because I love both of them. Taj is my favorite. I just love her personality. She's so vivacious and bubbly and such a good-hearted person, you know. And so Taj, I can't remember what she said, but she was like, all hands in, we gonna do this tour. And everybody got their hand in, except for Mrs. Grumpy. She ain't got her hand in. And then he go, Candy, well, what's going on, Miss 240 or something? She said 240. It was funny. I didn't know what it meant, but it was funny the way she said it. But she finally put her hand in, so yay, kumbaya. So now Candy brings up, so is Escape gonna get the top billing? And SWV looking at each other like, I thought this was a thing. So Candy is feeling like basically what she's trying to say is Escape is the bigger artist and Escape is more relevant. She told them though, she thinks they should get top billing because they headline their own tour. And I'm like, ma'am, it's your tour, so you should headline it. I think for this though, since it's not a tour that they're doing, because if it was a tour, then they could rotate cities. You know, SWV headlines one city, Escape headlines in another city. They could go back and forth. But since it's just one show, I feel like they should both be co-headliners. You know what I'm saying? It's just one show. Both of them have their own tours going on, so they both headline their own tours. So I feel like for this one show, all egos could be put to the side and everybody could just come together and co-headline together. I mean, I know whoever gets top billing, they get more money, but I feel like, again, it's just one show. And both groups are doing their own tour. So I feel like for this one show, Escape should just put away, you know, whatever they're feeling and just do it together. You know what I'm saying? Now, granted, I don't want to say Escape is more relevant, but Tiny and Tamika are more relevant. Simply because after the group broke up, Tiny and Candy, you know, just became a part of the reality TV world. And so they remained in the public eye. You know what I'm saying? Tiny had the show with Shakana, and then the show with the family, with the T.I. Family Values, and you know, Candy's on the Housewives, and she had the Candy Factory show. Now, granted, SWV had a show as well, but still, Candy and Tiny have been more in the public eye as far as reality TV since both groups broke up. So yes, in that sense, they are more relevant. And I guess since they are in the group Escape kind of gets that push that they're more relevant since their two members of Escape have been more in the public eye, so to speak. But I still feel like for this one show, they could have just came together. You know what I'm saying? That's what I feel like. And none of the other Escape members said anything. You know, they wasn't like saying, well, maybe we should, you know, because they all agree on that. They all agree on that. Now Tiny spoke up and said a little bit, but they agree that they should headline, you know? And it threw SWV off guard because they were like, well, we were under the impression that we were going to do this together. We weren't planning this out for you guys to get top billing or even us to get top billing. Even SWV wasn't coming at it like they wanted to be headliners and throwing out reasons why they should. You know what I'm saying? They wanted to do it together. But you know, I feel like it's so many YouTube videos out there. Candy responded to this and Latasha and Rocky responded. It's so much going on. I'm not even caught up on everything, but I feel like with this particular scene, I feel like Candy is gonna get all of the heat simply because she brought it up. You know what I'm saying? Like the group collectively, Escape, you know, I'm sure decided that they feel like they should get top billing because none of the other Escape members said any different, you know? And so I feel like because Candy brought it up, Candy is gonna get all the heat. She gonna get all the smoke from social media. But it was a group thing, you know? But since Candy was the one who brought it up, she gonna get all the smoke. She gonna get all the hate. I already know. But listen, Lily was like, bitch, I gotta go to the bathroom. Coco was like, child, I don't go with you. You know how we do women in the club, we all go together, so let's go to the bathroom. Baby, when they got to the back, Coco was like, bitch, I ain't open up for damn motherfucker. I done sold 30 million records, bitch. Kiss my motherfucking ass. I was like, speak on it, Coco. How you gonna tell me you gonna headline when I sold 30 million records, bitch, to your 7 million? Now that's what Coco said. That's what Coco said. Coco said Escape only sold 7 million while we sold 30 million, bitch. I'll be goddamn if I open them for y'all. Baby, Coco was not having it. The girls were not happy. And that's how it went off. Baby, I'm like, oh no. Are we about to now get into some Escape versus SWV drama? I don't know. Cause I was kind of starting to feel like, dang, I feel bad for SWV because it's like, I felt like after the first and second episode, like I felt like the show was now gearing away from what it was supposed to be about both groups. And now I feel like the focus is now just going to be on Escape and all the drama that they got going on. So I was kind of feeling bad for SWV. So I'm like, they're not going to get no type of shine and camera time. You know, we all going to be focused on this Escape drama, you know. So I'm at least glad that, you know, it's kind of focusing on SWV now. You know, I mean, it might be some drama now, some smoke between the two groups, but you know, it is what it is. But you tried it. Y'all tried it. Y'all tried it. The fuck SWV look like? Y'all, we got 3 more episodes left. And baby, when I tell you, we want a season 2. We want a season 2. I know it ain't gonna be none, but we want a season 2. You feel me? Because I know by the time we get to this 6th episode, it's gonna be a cliffhanger. It's gonna be something. We gonna be like, yeah, well, what the fuck? But it's all playing out on social media now anyway. So, child, it is what it is. But listen, if you made it all the way to the end of this video, then you must have caught a vibe. So subscribe. And until the next time, baby, next week, please remember, stay focused, stay laughing, stay yourself. Stay what? Stay fly.